Hare Krishna. Sri Krishna Janmashtami Mahamotsav ki Jai. Today we'll discuss the glories of Lord Krishna on the occasion of this most special day, which is the appearance of the Lord. We are reading from the first chapter of the 10th canto, Lord Krishna's appearance. And this is a very special chapter because here Parikshit Maharaj asks many questions to Shukdev Goswami about Krishna. And then he says, after asking all these questions, he says, you don't answer only what I have asked. Etad anyacha sarvam me mune Krishna vicheshtitum. So, I have asked some question, but you know everything. What is that line? Shraddhadanaya vistritam. I am very faithful and you know everything. So please let this combination result in the best Krishna Katha. And then don't worry, he is telling Shukdev Goswami. Don't think that Shukdev Goswami may be considerate, thinking that he is fasting for last almost 5 days has happened now, hearing Bhagavatam. So Parikshit Maharaj may be tired, hungry. So he says, no, don't think I'm fasting. I'm not fasting. I'm actually having nice feast. Naishati dusaha kshunmam tektodam badate pibantam tvam mukam boja chutam hari katambratam. He says, I'm not affected by hunger and thirst because I am drinking the nectar. Pibantam tvam mukam boja, what you are giving from your lotus mouth. Chutam hari katambratam, the nectar of Krishna Katha I am hearing, so I am not at all fatigued. Go on speaking more and more. So Shukdev Goswami is very, very excited. He says, Parikshit Maharaj, you are so sincere. Samyak vyavastita buddhi tava rajarshi sattama vasudeva katayam te yajjata naishtiki rati. You have intense faith in Krishna, so I will happily glorify Krishna now. And he says, because you have a longing for Krishna. This is very important. He says there are three, whenever there is Bhagavad Katha, whenever there is glorification of Krishna, 3 kinds of people get benefit. Anybody knows who are those 3 kinds of people? Yes? Speaker? One who is inquiring? Who are listening? Vasudeva Katha Prashna Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Shrotrim Tatpada Salilam Yata. Mother Ganga is flowing and purifying the 3 planetary systems. Similarly, when Krishna Katha is happening, Vaktaram, speaker, Prachakam, one is asking questions, and Shrotrims, one is hearing. All get benefit. And Parikshit Maharaj, Shukdev Goswami says, all 3, their longing for Krishna will increase. So on this Janmashtami day, we could aspire to improve and increase our longing for Krishna. Generally, as sadhakas, we switch on the determination mode. We are determined to go back home, back to God. We are determined to improve our Krishna consciousness. We are determined to overcome anarthas. But there are 2 modes. Determination mode and also longing mode. Longing for Krishna. So when we are in the determination mode, we generally think of solutions. We want acronyms, formulas, techniques, right? And we look for practical classes because we are determined. We want solutions. A longing mode is when there may be nothing practical in the class. Just about Krishna. Will we still hear Krishna Katha when we get nothing out of it? We want to hear about Krishna today, not because Krishna will give me something, but we want to hear about Krishna because of who he is. Krishna is wonderful, mysterious, confusing, but always beautiful. Krishna is amazing. Akshanvatam phalamidam naparam vidama sakya pashun anuviveshayator vayasye Vaktram Rajesha Sutayor Anuvenu Jushtham Erva Nipitam Anurakta Kataksha Moksham. This is Krishna. The gopis are explaining that just looking at Krishna coming back from the forest of Vrindavan, this is the perfection of the eyes. And he's coming not alone. Sakya Pashunanu Viveshayator Vayasya. He has got these beautiful friends, with all of them are coming back to Vrindavan. And just seeing that sight is a feast for the eyes. Vaktram Rajesha Sutayor Anuvenu Jushtam. He has his Venu, he has his flute tucked on his belt, and sometimes he's playing the flute. Erva Nipitam Anurakta Kataksha Moksham. And he's casting loving glances upon all his devotees. This is Krishna. I want to hear about Krishna not because Krishna is a means to my end. I want to hear about Krishna because Krishna is the end. Right? See, when we want practical stuff from classes, which is good. You see, that sadhana bhakti, we want solutions, we want practical things. That's nothing wrong. But sometimes at least, we should not seek anything practical. We should just seek glorification of Krishna. Because when we only look for practical stuff, then we are still centered on I. It's all about me. It's I referencing. But when we just hear about Krishna, for Krishna's sake, then the center is shifted from I to Krishna. See, if you love someone in this world, do you only talk about yourself? I love you so much, so let me tell you about myself. After 2 hours, you say, okay, I'll tell you more tomorrow. Come tomorrow. Is that love? So when we are praying, when we come, we're only looking for practical stuff, means it's all about me. If we really want to love Krishna, we should also want to hear about Krishna, what Krishna likes, who are Krishna's friends, what Krishna does. Right? That is love. So today we will hear that. Okay? But many of us, I know, we prefer determination mode rather than longing mode. Because determination mode gives us a sense of control. I'm in control of my life. Because we want clarity. We are in charge. But longing mode means you have to take a little risk. There will be a little uncertainty. Krishna may not reply immediately. We will take risk for earning money. But in bhakti, we don't want to take any risk. We want everything sorted. But longing mode is very beautiful. Hearing, glorifying Krishna for Krishna's sake is a wonderful experience. Because sooner or later we will realize that, Krishna is in charge. So, bhakti process will not happen the way I want. So, might as well take shelter of Krishna, hear about Krishna. So, today we'll nourish our heart and hear about Krishna and improve our, which mode? Longing mode. We want to long for Krishna. Because Krishna is all attractive. If you are simply present and receive Krishna's presence, we will experience Krishna's love always. Our Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Swami Maharaj was here last year. He was saying how he was distributing books in Paris, and one Muslim young man came to him and said, he saw the Krishna book, and as soon as he saw Krishna, he said, I know him. He's so attractive. I came to India once and I went to one remote place in India and I saw his form. This guy has captivated my heart. I'm so glad you have this book. I'm going to read about him. I've been looking for him. So Keshav Maharaj asked him, where in India you came? He said, oh, you won't know that. It's a remote place. So Keshav Maharaj said, no, you can try me. I may know the place. So this man said, it's a place called Jaipur. And there is this Krishna called Govinda. So his heart was captivated by Govinda, Radha Govinda. And Rupa Goswami has predicted this. Smeram bangi traya parichitam sachi vistirna drishtim vamsi nestodar kishalaya mujvalam chandrakena govindakhyam hari tanumiya keshitirto pakanthe ma prekshishthastava sake yadi bandhu sange strirange. One gopi is telling another gopi, don't go to Keshi Ghat on the bank of Yamuna. Don't go there. Because there is this threefold bending form, a very mischievous young boy. Sachi vistirna drishtim, he'll cast his loving glance upon you. And he's playing his flute. Vamsi nastodara kishalayam ujvalam chandraken. He's so beautiful like the full moon. And his name is Govindakhyam Hari Tanumya Keshitirtho Pakante. His name is Govinda. Don't go there, oh my dear Sakhi, if you're attached to your family and friends. In other words, go there. That's the way. So this boy is attracted by Radha Govind. I was also lucky once. I met one boy called Alex. Many years ago I had gone to Russia, Moscow. So I asked him how you became a devotee. He said, my story is crazy. I said, no, I want to know. What is the story? He says, when he was a young boy, he and his friend decided to enjoy pure, unadulterated sense gratification. So they said, we'll go to Goa. Goa is very popular even in all over the world, for sense gratification. Jau Devacha Goa. So he wanted to come to Goa for enjoying. And in Goa, they enjoyed in all the beaches, sense gratification, liquor, everything, all kinds of nonsense. So then the return flight was from Mumbai. So they said, let's go by road to Mumbai. So the Konkan belt, they traveled. And he went to one remote village, some temple, Krishna temple. And there, he says, somebody gave me Mahaprasad. And that atmosphere, that Krishna deity, it just captivated my heart. And I came back to Moscow, I kept thinking of this Krishna. Who is Krishna? What is Krishna? I went online and I found out where is Krishna. Then I came to know about this Dinamo temple. I came there, in Eurolova, and there I joined. And since then I'm a devotee. What a story, isn't it? I asked him which village was this. He doesn't remember anything. He just remembers that Krishna deity and that some pujari gave him some Mahaprasad. And then he said, I thought I got some little thing, food. It was so tasty. It was called Mahaprasad. But when I came to ISKCON temple, Mahaprasad was different. So Americans, Russians, Muslims, everybody is attracted to Krishna. Even children. I think 2 years back, there was one video which went viral on YouTube, I think WhatsApp. It was going everywhere. In Kerala, there was a singing competition, 3 different competitions, 3 different set of participants, children, 3 different set of judges, 3 different set of audience. And in all the 3 competitions, there was one popular Malayalam song on Krishna, which one of the participants was singing. And in one of the 3 competitions, one girl was a Muslim girl. She had burqa. And she was also singing. And all of them, when that last part of that song is very high pitch. You have to say Krishna in a very high tone. All of them, at the last part of that chanting Krishna, their voice choked. I'm sure many of you must have seen that video, right? So, and then they just became emotional because Krishna is all attractive. Even animals. Our Jananand Maharaj in Paris, in New Mayapur, France, he has written a book, Animals in Krishna Consciousness. How animals are attracted to Krishna. When I go to Govardhan Eco Village, our brahmacharis there introduce me to Mangal. Mangal is one dog. He's still there? Mangal. He comes for Mangalarti every day, that's why they named him Mangal. He wags his tail and he knows the etiquette. He doesn't enter the temple. He just looks at all the devotees. He's so happy to attend Mangalarti, see devotees. So this is Krishna consciousness. Krishna is all attractive. Dhanyasma muda gatayopi harinyayeta ya nanda nandanamupata vichitra vesham akarnya venuranitam saha Krishna sara pujam the durvirechitam pranayavaloke. The gopis are explaining that look at this muda gatayo, the lowest of animals, harinyayeta, the deer. Ya nanda nandanamupata vichitra vesham. Krishna comes in beautifully dressed attire. And what does he do? Akarnya venuranitam saha Krishna sara. When he plays his flute, everybody is attracted. Even these deer are attracted and they come running to see Krishna along with their husbands. And then they all come in front of Krishna and they worship Krishna. The deer, how do they worship Krishna? Pujam the durvirechitam pranayavaloke. By looking at Krishna with longing. Because they can't sing, they can't dance, so they just look at Krishna. And Krishna recognizes that they are offering worship by simply a look of longing. So even the animals in Vrindavan, they love Krishna. Srila Prabhupada explains there in the Krishna book that the gopis are singing this song, they are telling each other that, see, look at the deer, they are so lucky, they can go with their husbands. We are unable to go with our husbands to see Krishna. So like that. So the longing is increased. So therefore, this is the mood of Vrindavan and we want to develop this mood, we want to have this longing for Krishna. And if we are thinking, I have been chanting Hare Krishna, I have been coming to temple for so many years, still I have not developed longing, then we may need to make a small adjustment, and then we will also develop longing. And that small adjustment is, we need to start appreciating other devotees, seeing the good in others, because this is the reason why Krishna appeared in the family that he appeared. See, Krishna will not appear in any family. There is a reason. So, Devamidha is a great-grandfather of Krishna. So, he had 2 wives, Kshatriya wife and Vaishya wife. So, from Kshatriya wife, he had Shurasena, and from Vaishya wife, he had Parjanya. So, Shurasena became the king of Mathura area, and Parjanya went to Gokul, or Brihad Mahavan. And Shurasena's main son was Vasudeva. And Parjanya had 5 sons: Upananda, Abhinanda, Nanda Maharaj, then Sunanda and Nandana. So, Upananda was the oldest. So, at a certain time, Parjanya decided that now I will make my Upananda, my oldest son, as the king of Gokul, Vrindavan area, and I will go to the forest. So, that ceremony was organized. Garga Muni came. Vasudeva also came from Mathura. Everybody came. The festival was about to happen. And there, you know what happened? Something very amazing. There's a very, very special quality of Krishna's family. Upananda stood up. He walked over to Nanda Maharaj, embraced him, and he looked at everyone and said, what I'm going to speak now is not some whimsical thing. Please understand, I'm speaking with deep consideration and thought that my younger brother, 3rd number, Upananda is the oldest. 3rd is Nanda Maharaj. He says, Nanda is the most qualified to be the king. He loves everyone, he is pure, he has unlimited affection, and he should be the king. And then saying that, he put tilak, royal tilak on him, and he made him the king. And then everybody cried out in joy. The demigods showered flowers. Parjanya was so happy to see the love amongst his children and the residents of Vrindavan. So in the history of this world, where so much fighting is going on for power, politics, this is the Vrindavan mood which qualified this family to receive Krishna in their house. So this is Vrindavan mood. So if we have this mood, or we cultivate this mood where we want to serve, we want to glorify others and not seek everything for myself, then we are attracting Krishna in our own personal lives and in our community. So like this, this is the Vrindavan mood. And if we have this mood, then Krishna will appear very attractive to us. The Bhagavatam ends in the 12th canto, 12th chapter. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam Tadeva shashvan manaso mahotsavam Tadeva shokarnava shoshanam ranam Yaduttama shloka yashonu ghiyate. Krishna will appear always attractive. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. We will also find newer and newer taste in Krishna Katha. And all our lamentation, hankering will go away. If we come together, glorify Krishna, become free from desire for power, control, and develop a service attitude. So in this mood, let us hear Krishna's pastimes. Now, Hare Krishna. So, as we are hearing this pastime now, of one very, very important pastime of Krishna, let us understand that what we are doing right now is the highest yoga. We think yoga means bending our body, right? But in Vrindavan, the residents do a very interesting yoga. Grihe grihe gopavadu kadamba sarve militva samavaya yoge punyani namani pathanti nityam govinda damodara madhaveti. All the gopavadus, they come together early morning and they do yoga. What do they do? How do they do yoga? Sarve militva samavaya yoge. Perform what yoga they do? Punyani namani pathanti nityam. They come together and they sing the glories of Govinda damodara madhaveti. 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 So when Krishna was just 3 days old, a beautiful woman arrived in Gokul Mavan. To the Brajasis, she appeared to be none other than goddess of fortune. She was radiant, graceful, very charming. But beneath that silken exterior was a sharp sword. She was deadly. And who is she? Putana. She was a fearsome demoness. She was a master yogini who could change her form any way she wanted. And she had one speciality. Anybody knows what was her speciality? What was the speciality of Putana? Kidnapping children? Huh? Change her form is okay. I already said that. There is one speciality she had. She would feast on the flesh and drink the blood of newborn babies. That is who she was. And she had come with one pointed mission to Gokul Mavan. What was that mission? To kill Krishna. Her idea was to kill Krishna. So what did she do? She came in front of Krishna, and actually when she entered, she suddenly began to get an uneasy feeling. She started feeling that, yes, I think this child has understood who I am, what my intention is. And she also got a feeling that this child is my kala time, this child will kill me. But because of her animosity and because of Krishna's will, her intelligence was covered. And she came and she picked up baby Krishna. But as soon as she came, Shukdev Goswami says Krishna closed his eyes. And our acharyas give so many reasons why Krishna closed his eyes. I don't remember all of them. One reason I heard was Krishna was saying, oh, she has come to kill me. Let me close my eyes. You know, Krishna was like closing his eyes to see if she has done anything good. Like when you think hard, you close your eyes, right? So Krishna was thinking, Arey, kuch acha kiya hai kya isne? Because he wants to give mercy. And the other reason why he closed his eyes, the acharyas explain, is because Krishna wanted to send a message to Lord Shiva. A poison drinking is your job. So he is like sending a text message to Lord Shiva that you come and do, you should have solved this problem. Another reason why Krishna closed his eyes is because he thought, oh, if I keep my eyes open, she will look into my eyes and she will realize that I understood what her intention is. And she may escape. I don't want her to escape. So like that, the very, very many nice reasons they give our acharyas. And also, one of the main reasons why Krishna closed his eyes is because he felt sorry. Arey, vapas. In Ram Avatar also, the first demon I killed was Mataji. Tataka. And in this incarnation also, I have to kill Putana. So like that. I remember hearing some years ago, one Bhagavatam class of Pune, NVCC, Mukundanand Prabhu was giving a class. He gave 16 reasons why Krishna closed his eyes when Putana came. And then he said, when chanting japa, you chant 16 rounds. Before every round, you meditate on one reason why Krishna closed his eyes when Putana came. And if you meditate on one of the reasons in every round of 16 rounds why Krishna closed his eyes, then you will not close your eyes during japa. He was saying like that. So this is how he closed his eyes. And then she came, she picked up baby Krishna, and she placed him on her breast to offer her milk. Now, she had put deadly poison on her breast. That poison was not simply enough to kill any child. It could kill hundreds of grown-up men. That very intense poison. And Krishna with his tiny fingers, it is said that, if you see a 3-day-old baby, the fingers, they are so light that, they are like leaves of tamal tree. You feel they'll break if you blow some wind, some air on it. They are so soft. But Krishna, he held her breast with his tiny fingers, he squeezed her breast, drank her milk, then drank the poison, and then sucked her life force. And she gasped in shock. And this was not an ordinary child. She realized. She started screaming, child, leave me, leave me. She started screaming. But Krishna is a very special God. He catches someone, he doesn't leave them. Right? Many devotees have this experience. Krishna will never leave. So Krishna kept sucking her life force and squeezing her, and she fled the house. She came on the courtyard, and outside she assumed her gigantic form, which was 12 miles long. And her real nature came out. And that time, she, with a huge roar and scream, she died. She fell. But, somebody may think, oh, she fell 12 miles long, means all the trees and everything is destroyed. Our acharyas are so nice, they give nice purport. They say, no, she fell on Kamsa's garden. She fell on that side. And then it was, it was such a intense sight. All the Brajasis came running to see because they were concerned for Krishna, baby Krishna. And Krishna, was he safe? He was on top of her as if nothing, he doesn't know what has happened. It's like as if you go, if you were to ask Krishna, what just happened? He's like, I don't know what happened. Baby Krishna is just crawling there on her body. And Mother Yashoda and the gopis rushed forward. They picked up Krishna in their arms and they started chanting protective mantras. And they were shocked how this happened. And they felt because they are praying to Lord Narayan, this child was saved. They didn't think that, oh, this child is God. At that time, Nanda Maharaj was in Mathura for paying taxes. So there, Vasudeva had told him that you should go immediately to Vrindavan, Gokul, Mahavan, Vapas, jao, go, because there may be some trouble. And Nanda Maharaj is coming here and seeing this gigantic form and this enormous corpse. So he starts thinking, oh, this Vasudeva must be some prophet. How did he know this? And the Vrajasis then burned Putana's body. But to their astonishment, fragrant smoke rose from the pyre. Why this fragrance? Because she was purified by touch of Krishna. All her sins were gone. And she attained the nurse's position. Aho bakiyam stanakala kutam jigam samapaya yadapya sadavi lebe gatim datri uchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam vrajema. She got the position of a nurse in the spiritual world. She had come with the intention to kill, but outwardly she offered what? Milk. And what did Krishna do? Krishna accepted not her intention, but her action. In contrast, Bhishma's action was against the devotees, but his intention was love. So Krishna there accepted his intention. So this is how Krishna is so nice and Krishna is so kind. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Putana represents false gurus, cheaters, who have an hidden agenda to exploit. They may appear to be nourishing us with spiritual milk. They may give us nice Krishna Katha, but they may mix it with the poison of their own selfish agenda. So we should be careful of, I think a few days back, Krishna Abhishek Prabhu gave a whole class on Putana and the pseudo-gurus. So we should be careful. But by awarding her the position of nurse, what is Krishna doing? He is showing us that if you have a small qualification, Krishna will accept. The very beautiful purport in the 3rd canto, Srila Prabhupada writes, Lord accepts the least qualification of the living entity and awards him the highest reward. That is the standard of Lord's character. This is Prabhupada's statement. Beautiful, no? Okay, I'll say this again. You can repeat after me. This is Prabhupada's amazing words on how Krishna is so kind and Krishna is so nice. The Lord accepts the least qualification of the living entity and awards him the highest reward. That is the standard of his character. It's very important. We see so many good qualities in one devotee, but we pick up one bad. But here, Krishna is only picking up the good. One class I was hearing, His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj was saying that Krishna is Bhavagrahi. And we should become Saragrahi. He was saying we should take the essence, good thing. So this was Putana. Then when baby Krishna began to turn over, Uttana, it marked a sacred festival in Vedic culture. So there are many rituals and ceremonies in Vedic culture. And when baby Krishna's turnover, that moment was a very special event. A beautiful festival was arranged. Many guests, many brahmanas came. Mother Yashoda, she was busy with the festivities. To ensure Krishna's safety amongst the bustling celebrations, she placed him under a huge cart. And she entrusted some of the children to take care of baby Krishna. At that time, one very deadly demon, what is his name? Shakatasur. He entered the cart in the form of a ghost. He took the shape of the cart and he lay, waiting for the right time to strike. And Krishna recognized the demon. But acting like a small, helpless child, what did Krishna do? He simply cried for his mother's milk, and he, with the gentlest of movement, he kicked that cart. He touched that cart with his toe. What happened at that very instant? The cart flew up in the air. Huge sound it created. And there was a thunderous crash. All the giant vessels which were stacked on the cart, they all came tumbling down. The wheels, they tore off from the axle. The spokes, they splintered. And a huge sound and tumultuous heap was created. Everything fell. So you can imagine the sound. And everybody, because that's a deafening sound, they all came running to see what had happened. And what do they see there? Baby Krishna is lying down comfortably, as if nothing had happened. And all the scattered wheels and utensils are all lying around. And Krishna is smiling very innocently. Mother Yashoda came, she picked up Krishna, and tears of gratitude and concern were streaming down her face. And everyone wondered how such a ghastly accident took place. And the children there, they told the elders that Krishna kicked the cart and everything fell. And what was their conclusion? They said, oh, these children, they don't know anything. What are they saying? They could not believe what the children were saying. Because their love was so much that their love blinded them to the possibility that Krishna could have so much power. See, atheistic people also don't accept Krishna is God because of ignorance. Even Brajasis don't accept Krishna as God. But that is because of pure love. That is the difference. So then Mother Yashoda and all the gopis concluded, oh, Krishna is safe from this demon, this accident, because we are praying for him always. See, this is the difference. We are praying to Krishna. We want Krishna to protect us from calamities, right? And because we love our attachments, we want to be safe. But Brajavasis, their greatest attachment is Krishna. So we pray to Krishna, please protect my attachment, Krishna. But Brajavasis pray for Krishna's protection. This is the difference. Our mood is dasatva. I belong to Krishna, but I have my attachments. Krishna, please protect them. But for Brajavasis, they have mamatva buddhi. Their consciousness is Krishna is mine. See, I am Krishna's, which is our mood. I belong to Krishna. That is different from Brajavasi's mood. Brajavasi's mood is not I am Krishna's. Their mood is Krishna is mine. So like that. So like this, they are always praying for Krishna's protection. Ulukkale samritatandulamsha sangatayantyo musalai pramugdha gayanti gopyo janitanuraga govinda damodara madhaveti. When the gopis are, they are grinding, they are crushing the grains with their pestles in the morning, only singing Krishna's glories. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Shakatasur represents our old habits, the deep ingrained habits which we think we have given up, but they come back after 10 years, 15 years, 50 years, they may come back. So these ghosts from the past can strike unexpectedly. And only Krishna's touch can kick them out. So we have to pray to Krishna. And now, after this pastime, Mother Yashoda wanted to ensure that her child is free from all fear and the child is safe. So there is a test that a mother does to know whether the child is happy, safe, healthy. What is that test? Anybody knows? That test will confirm to her whether her child Krishna is safe and happy. Yes, you are close. If The child drinks the mother's milk happily. And when she offered her milk, Krishna happily drank the milk and Mother Yashoda was pacified. Ankadirudam shishugopagudam stanam dayantam kamalaika kantam sambodayamasa muda Yashoda govinda damodara madhaveti. Remembering her child with lot of affection, she offered her breast for Krishna to drink her milk, and Krishna happily drank her milk. And then Mother Yashoda was convinced, she was assured that my child is safe. So like this, Krishna and Balaram were performing pastimes in Vrindavan, and this time Vasudeva secretly called Garga Muni and told him, please go to Vrindavan and bestow auspicious blessings upon these two children. And when Garga Muni came there, Nanda Maharaj was so happy. He said, saintly people like you come to give us blessings. You don't need anything from us. Please do the Namakaran ceremony for these two children. And Garga Muni said, no, it's very risky. Kamsa is very fearful, insecure and suspicious. If Kamsa comes to know that I am the chief priest and I have done Namakaran ceremony for your children, he will think that his death has come in the form of these children and he may cause you harm. So that time Nanda Maharaj said, no, you are very special and it's a very rare occasion you have come. Please name our children. But then Garga Muni, Nanda Maharaj said, we'll do it in the Goshala. Nobody will see, in the cow shed. And there he named Krishna and Balaram. And he sang beautiful glories of Balaram, saying that this child will bring immense joy to all. That's why he'll be named Rama. And because he'll display extraordinary strength, he'll be called Baladeva. And because he will bring both the families together, Devamida's two children, both families together, so he'll be called Sankarshan. And then looking at Krishna, he said he is the most all-attractive personality. He comes in different yugas, in different colors and complexions, white, red, and he will come in yellow complexion. We know who that is, right? Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And now he has come in black complexion. And then he says, please take care of this child. He will bring all auspicious blessings everywhere. And he has all the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Narayan. But the Brajasis, they loved Krishna so much, they couldn't care less whether he had qualities of Narayan. For them, he was their darling child. And then Krishna and Balaram began to crawl. They began to grow up. And they filled everybody's heart with immense joy. They would crawl in the dust of Vrindavan, sometimes go to the Goshala, and the cow dung and the cow urine mixed with the dust of Vrindavan would be smeared on their bodies. And then Yashoda, Rohini would pick up these children. This was the greatest delight for the residents of Vrindavan. See, people go for happiness. They go on nature walks. They go to beautiful holiday spots, tourist destinations. But in Vrindavan, the highest happiness was simply to see Krishna and Balaram crawl in the dust of Vrindavan. And sometimes as they would be crawling, they would hear the tinkling sound from the ankle bells of the gopis. They would think it is Mother Yashoda and Rohini's ankle bells, and they would come running. They would crawl and they would pull. And when the gopi would lift and they would say, oh, this is not Mother Yashoda and Rohini, both of them would start crying. And that crying would melt the hearts of all those who saw. And then to attract these children, the gopis would give them butter. Ramanujam Vikshanakeli Lolam Gopi Grihitva Navanita Golam Abalakam Balakama Juhava Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Ramanujam, Ram's younger brother Krishna. So Gopi wanted to call him closer. What she would do? Navanita Golam. She would make a lump of butter and she would offer it to Krishna, and Krishna would crawl. Abalakam balakama juhava. She would call him, oh my dear child, come closer, take this. Govinda, Damodara, like that she would call Krishna. So like this, Krishna captivated everybody's heart in Vrindavan. And everybody was, see, whether Krishna was lifting Govardhan hill or, crawling on his courtyard, Krishna was giving immeasurable joy to the residents of Vrindavan. And that time, when he was 1 year old, Mother Yashoda was feeding him the courtyard of her house, and one very special demon sent by Kamsa came there. What is his name? Trinavarta. He came in the form of cyclone, whirlwind. Krishna confronted him, but he did not. See, Krishna did not have to change his form. Trinavarta came, he had used all his mystic powers. But before this chapter begins, this is the 7th chapter, Parikshit Maharaj is telling Shukdev Goswami, please don't compromise. Go on telling more and more. Yena yena avatarena Bhagavan Aririshwara Karoti Karana Ramyani Manogyani Chana Prabhu. Intelligence will get sharpened and heart will also get lot of joy. And then he says, if you keep hearing Krishna Katha, what will happen? Yashrinvatopeti aratir vitrishna Sattvam cha shuddhyata chirena dhira Bhakti harotat purushe cha sakyam Tadeva haram vadamanya sechet. He says the benefits we will get if we keep hearing about Krishna like this. Aratir vitrishna. Arati will go away. Distraction will go away. Vitrishna, hankering and lamentation for material things will go away. Sattvam will be mode of goodness. Shuddhyat, purification will happen. And all this will happen. Achirena dhira. Very fast, soon will become sober. And Bhakti haro will develop bhakti for Krishna. And most important, Bhakti haro tat purushe cha sakhyam. Friendship amongst devotees. We all feel, we want close friendship. Just glorify Krishna, we'll get close friendship. But then Parikshit Maharaj is saying, see, O Sukdev Goswami, please keep doing Krishna Katha. We put a garland on you before you gave the class. Now you put a garland on us. Tadeva haram vadamanya sechet. Krishna, put the garland of Krishna Katha on us. So like that we'll have adan pradan, reciprocation. So, Trinavarta pastime, Shukdev Goswami speaks with great joy that Mother Yashoda was feeding Krishna blissfully, and that time Krishna realized Trinavarta is attacking, is going to attack. He didn't want his mother to go through the anxiety, so he became heavy. Mother Yashoda realized, why is my child so heavy? So she placed him on the floor and she went inside for some duties, and at that time Trinavarta came roaring like a violent wind, in the form of a violent wind. A deafening cyclonic roar, and he lifted Krishna became heavy. Now suddenly he became very light. So Trinavarta could lift him. And there was blinding dust everywhere. People could not even see their own bodies, what to speak of other people. And in that dust, Trinavarta took him very high in the sky. And panic spread everywhere. Mother Yashoda, she immediately thought of Krishna. She came running to the spot where she had kept Krishna. And not finding him there, she started wailing in separation. And she fell unconscious like a cow that had lost her calf. Meanwhile, Krishna, he wanted to enjoy, because earlier, Rohini and Yashoda, sometimes they would take Krishna and, we sometimes do with the children. We throw them high like this and then catch them. So Krishna had enjoyed it. He said, "Arey, maja aa raha hai. I want to go even higher." So Yogamaya arranged this pastime so that Krishna can fulfill his desire. And that is a time when Krishna was enjoying, seeing all the places from above. He saw the whole of Vrindavan. He saw Govardhan and he waved. He said, "I'm coming soon to perform pastimes." All the lovely places he would enjoy. Then after Krishna had satisfied himself with this beautiful ride, Krishna said, now once again he became heavy. And his soft little fingers and arms, which are so soft, 1-year-old baby, suddenly they became the death knell for Trinavarta. He held it very tight on Trinavarta's neck, firm. And Krishna's grip is unbreakable. And Trinavarta started choking. His eyes bulged out from the sockets and he came crashing onto a massive stone slab. He fell and all his limbs were dislocated. Thunderous sound. And everybody came running there, and what do they see? Krishna is crawling on that stone comfortably. So unharmed. So the Brajasis were relieved, grateful. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Trinavarta represents the demon of false pride coming because of too much knowledge. I am Pandit, I know all the shlokas, I am very intelligent, I am smart. That is Trinavarta. He says Trinavarta went high in the air. Similarly, we will also fly high in the air for some time, but we will come crashing down. So false pride is dangerous. Therefore, from intellectual, we have to move to longing. From the head, we have to move to the heart. And from logic, we have to move to love. That is the goal of Krishna consciousness. And then Krishna started crawling, then he learned to walk, then he learned to talk, and then he learned to steal. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he's learning to walk. He's holding his parents' fingers with his tiny fingers, and sometimes he would they would leave their fingers just to see if he can walk, and Krishna would tumble and he would fall on the ground and he would start crying. And then again, because Krishna is determined, he would get up and again try to walk, again he would slip, again he would fall. So like this, the Lord of the universe is learning to walk. Bhagavad Gita says Krishna is the ability in man. He is the strength of the strong, he is the intelligence of the intelligent, and here he is learning to walk. Shukdev Goswami says, Gopi bisto bito nrityat bhagavan balavit kvachit udgayati kvachin mugdav tadvasho daru yantravat. The Gopi would say, Krishna, please sing. And Krishna would try to sing. Because tadvasho daru yantravat. He was like a wooden doll in the hand of the Gopis. Whatever the Gopis said, he would do. And then his father would come back. Bibarti kvachita gyapta pita konmana padukam bhavukshepam chakurute swanam cha pritimavahan. So his father's footwear, sandals, he would carry on his head. And he would lift a pita, asan. And sometimes he could not lift heavy things. He would try. And then what he would do? Bhavukshepam chakurute. He would slap his arms thinking that I'll try again. I will try next time. And he would not be able to lift. Swanam cha pritimavahan. That would bring great joy to his parents, to all the elders who saw this. So Shukdev Goswami there clarifies, you know why Krishna is doing these childish pastimes? You know why he performs? For two reasons. Darshayam stadvidam loka atmano britya vashyatam vrajasyo vaha vai harsham bhagavan balavit kvachit. He says, to reveal to both, Prabhupada writes there in the purport, there are external devotees and internal devotees. We are all external devotees because we are influenced by the material energy. Internal devotees are Brajasis. And to reveal to both of them that he is controlled by devotees. That is one reason. And secondly, that is one knowledge he is giving, Atmano Britya Vashyatam. And second, Vrajasyo Vaha Vaiyarsham, just to give joy to the residents of Vrindavan. So like this, Krishna melts the hearts of devotees with this madhurya, sweetness. See, in Vaikuntha there is Aishwarya, but Vrindavan is very special. Krishna's human-like vulnerability is crawling, is walking, slipping, falling. So that multiplies the affection of devotees 1,000,000 times. So like this, Krishna gives them joy. Now, as Krishna began to walk, he started stealing butter from the neighbors' houses. And the gopis would come to complain to Mother Yashoda about Krishna's mischief. Now, please know, these complaints are expressions of love. Because Krishna's stealing would fill their hearts with joy. See, stealing is a wrong thing, right? We all know. We should never steal. Nobody will, no big man is introduced for his stealing activities as a child. Like if the wealthiest man in India, during the annual general body meeting of the shareholders, if he is introduced before his speech, our chairman of our company is very great. When he was a child, he used to steal pencils and pens in his class. Nobody will introduce him like that. Stealing is a bad thing. But for Krishna, it is a source of great joy. And what is Krishna stealing? This is a very important philosophical point. Krishna is stealing butter, but is actually stealing the hearts of his devotees when he is stealing butter. Please know this. This is very, very important because Krishna is Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the Lord of the entire universe. Everything belongs to him. And very important point. As we get older, as we are dying, Krishna will take away everything that we are attached to. Everything that we are seeking in this world, Krishna will take it away, right? Anybody has any doubts on this? Everything Krishna will take away. And that time the pain will be very intense. Right? Krishna will take away. But before he takes away all of that, if we allow Krishna to take away our heart, through these pastimes where he is stealing butter, because he is Hari, he will take away all inauspicious things. So if Krishna can steal our heart before he takes away all our possessions and attachments, then when actually we lose all our attachments, we'll be ready. Because our heart is already gone to Krishna. That is the logic. That is why Krishna performs these sweet pastimes of stealing butter. Mother Yashoda is always concerned. Jagadotta datto navanita pindo grihe yashoda vichikitsayanti Uvacha satyam vadaye murare govinda damodara madhaveti. Mother Yashoda had made butter and it disappeared. And she is wondering, where is it gone? Uvacha satyam vadaye murare. Murari, please speak the truth. Govinda, Damodara, Madhava, did you steal? So gopis would come and complain. Oh Yashoda, your son is getting naughtier day by day. He comes to our cow sheds and unties the cows. And all the unties the calves. And the calves drink all the milk. And when we go to get the milk, there is no milk. And when he steals butter, sometimes our husbands, they are grown-up men. They are very sober, grave. When they confront Krishna, asking him why he stole, Krishna just smiles at them. And that smile is so charming that our husbands, they just stand there frozen and they start crying. What is this your child is doing? Right now, look at him. And that time, as these gopis were complaining, Krishna was standing very innocently. So the gopis said, don't go by his innocent look. Don't be fooled by this. He is looking very innocently, but he's plotting his next attack. And we chase him sometimes when he's stealing butter. And we tell him, Krishna, stop. You are a thief. We will tell your father. And then Krishna turns back and he shouts, stop. And we get scared. And then Krishna says, I'm not a thief. You are a thief. And I will tell your father. And sometimes Krishna comes and he pinches our babies when they are sleeping and makes them cry. And then Krishna and his friends steal butter. And sometimes we keep the butter very high. But these boys, because they have so many jewels, it's so effulgent. And even if you remove the jewels, their body is still so naturally effulgent. And they collect boxes, ladders, grinding mortars. And they climb, they go up. And they take all this butter and they eat, they enjoy so much. And after they finish, their stomach is full. They start sharing this butter to the monkeys. And the monkeys also eat so much that the monkeys are also full. And after some time, monkeys also don't want. And when monkeys also don't want, then Krishna breaks these butter pots and calls all of us and says, see, your butter is so useless, even monkeys don't want to eat it. And then the gopi says, sometimes he comes to our prayer room and he passes urine there. One Vrindavan Yatra, His Holiness Radhanaswami Maharaj spoke this pastime. And then he asked the crowd, how many times have you passed urine? And we all started giggling. Maharaj said, take out your cell phones and your computer has cell phone and calculate from childhood how many times you have passed urine. So we were all giggling and then Maharaj said, who cares? Krishna passed urine once, 5,000 years ago, and still we are talking about it. So this is the sweetness of Krishna's pastimes. They nourish the hearts of the yogis, great devotees. Once actually, when the gopis complained, Mother Yashoda said, okay, from tomorrow he will not steal because I will arrest him and keep him in the house. And that time the gopis said, no, don't do that. Please let him come and steal the butter. So Mother Yashoda said, then why are you complaining? They said, no, because we just love to sing about Krishna. Because as soon as the gopis wake up, Uttaya gopyo pararatra bhoge smritva yashoda sutabala kelim gayanti procher dadimantayantyo govinda damodara madhaveti. As soon as they wake up, they remember Krishna. And when they are churning butter, they are chanting Govinda, Damodara, Madhava. And they are hoping Krishna will come and steal the butter. So this is the way Krishna performs pastimes. And one day Krishna's friends came and complained to Mother Yashoda that Krishna has eaten dirt in a secluded place. Mother Yashoda became alarmed. See, eating butter is good. Mother Yashoda was to be happy when she used to get complaint. Because eating butter will make Krishna happy, healthy. But dirt, that is dangerous, that is not healthy. So she said, my dear Kana, why have you eaten dirt? It is not good. Krishna said, no, very innocently, but I didn't eat any dirt. But all your friends are saying. Then Krishna said, they are lying, mother, because they are envious of me, because I defeated them in the play. Mother Yashoda said, no, but even Balarama, he always supports you. He is saying that you have eaten dirt. Then he said, no, Balarama he also lost today. And you know what actually happened, mother? They were all stealing butter. And I never steal butter. So I saw them stealing butter and I said, I am going to complain to Mother Yashoda that you're all stealing butter. For that time they told me that before you tell her, we will tell her that you ate dirt. So Mother Yashoda was not convinced. She said, okay, all right, open your mouth. Let me see. Now, before we go further, it is very important to pause and ask, is Krishna lying here? Did he eat dirt? Vaishnava Acharyas say, yes, Krishna is lying. But they say it with a smile. And there are some Acharyas who say, well, Krishna is lying or not depends. If you're on Krishna's party, you will say Krishna is not lying. If you're in Balaram's party, you will say Krishna is lying. But this instance, Krishna did eat dirt and is lying. This is 1971. Srila Prabhupada took the devotees to Brahmanda Ghat and he spoke this pastime with a lot of animation and love. And His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was a young seeker at that time, Richard, Slavian. And he had gone there and he had seen Prabhupada speak this pastime and it had completely captivated his heart. Maharaj says in one lecture that description of Krishna eating dirt and lying, it captured my heart. Maharaj said that. So this is a living tradition. Prabhupada hearing it from his spiritual master, passing it on, and now we are getting the chance to discuss amongst ourselves. So for thousands of years, devotees are recounting this pastime. This is the living tradition of Krishna consciousness. So like that, Krishna is lying. Why is he lying? Absolute truth should never lie, right? He is the absolute truth. He lies because when Krishna is lying, his mother's Vatsalya Priti, it increases, affection increases. And when it comes to love, all other mundane morality of truth, lie, all that is dismissed. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says Krishna has many qualities, but his most important quality is his Bhakta Vatsala. To make his devotees happy, he will do anything. So he lies. So mother said, okay, open your mouth. Krishna said, okay, now see. When Mother Yashoda looked into Krishna's mouth, what did she see? She saw the entire cosmic manifestation, all the mountains, oceans, planets, stars, sun, 3 modes of material nature personified, 8.4 million species of life, the demigod. She saw planet Earth, she saw Vrindavan, and she saw herself looking at Krishna's mouth, in Krishna's mouth. So then her head started drilling. Now, Prabhupada explains, it's not that everything shrank, everything was same size. This is Krishna's Achintya Shakti, how Krishna does it. So Mother Yashoda started thinking, am I dreaming? Her mind started reeling. She said, no, I am awake, I am not dreaming. Am I an illusion? No. Why will the demigods put an insignificant gopi like me in illusion? Am I getting mentally deranged? No, I am healthy. I am not mentally deranged. Oh, maybe Krishna is Supreme Lord. Gargamuni had said he has mystic powers. Oh, no. How can my Krishna be God? When he's hungry, he comes running to me. When he's thirsty, he comes running to me. When there is a cloud, thunder, he gets so scared, he comes running to me and embraces me out of fear. What does this Gargamuni know anyway? What does Gargamuni or any other Muni know? My Krishna knows only me and I know my Krishna. There is nobody more important for Krishna than me and there is nothing more important for me than my Krishna. But still, as Mother Yashoda was saying like this, her vision remained. She was seeing this. She was confused. And what did she do at that time? She did what every true devotee would do when we are confused, helpless. Anybody ever got confused, helpless, intelligent, got short-circuited? Mother Yashoda is going through intelligent short-circuit. Even Brahmaji gets bewildered like that. So what did she do? She prayed to Lord Narayan. What devotees do? Tatte nukampam susumikshamano bunjana evatma kritam vipakam. So devotees pray. That's what Mother Yashoda did. And she said, oh Lord Narayan, please help me. I was scared that Krishna is eating dirt. What will happen to his digestion? Now he's eaten the whole universe. What am I seeing? I used to think I am the queen of Vrindavan. All the cows belong to me. All this belong to me. But I am nothing. I can't understand anything. And Krishna was seeing this. Krishna thought, oh, my mother is getting philosophical. If she becomes too philosophical, who will cuddle me? Who will give me milk? And who will love me? So he removed the illusion. And then she again felt a lot of motherly affection. And then milk was overflowing in her breast and she fed Krishna. So this is the residents of Vrindavan. Shukdev Goswami says, Yat padapam sur bahujanma krishrato dhritatma biryogi birapalabhyaha saeva yadrig vishaya swayam stita kim varnyate dishtamaho vrajaukasam. He says, many lifetimes of yogis, they do lot of tapasya, control their senses, but they don't get to see what Yashoda and the Gopas are seeing. Aho bhagyam Nanda Gopa Vrajokasam Yan Mitram Paramanandam Purnam Brahma Sanatanam. Look at the fortune of these Gopas, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has become their darling child. So this is Krishna. The same Krishna who is seen as Yajna Purusha in Vedas, he is seen as Brahman in the Upanishads, he is seen in the Yoga Sutras as Paramatma. In the Pancharatras, he is seen as Bhagavan. Mother Yashoda is seeing him as a darling child. And during this time, a fruit seller came to Vrindavan. She had many wonderful fruits. And Krishna had seen his parents barter with grains and different things. So he offered few grains. And this lady, she was a Pulinda woman, uneducated, simple woman. When she saw Krishna's most enchanting smile, she offered her fruits in Krishna's tiny hands. And then she filled his arms also with fruits. And those grains which Krishna put on her basket, they turned into priceless diamond. And then she ran home. Jiva Goswami clarifies, she didn't run because she got diamonds and pearls, because she already has seen the greatest diamond. She's got the greatest diamond, that is Krishna's smile. Then why did she run home? She ran home because she had many fruits at home. She wanted to get all of that to give Krishna. And she brought all of that. Meanwhile, Krishna went inside a house with all the fruits, and his mother asked him, what have you brought? Where is this from? And he told him how one Mataji gave. And then Mother Yashoda said, you should not take things like that from strangers. You should not trust anyone like that. So Krishna said, what does it mean, not to trust? So Krishna was very, very innocent. So like that, very many beautiful pastimes. Krishna's childhood pastimes in Vrindavan, they are filled with charm, wit, and also there is divine sweetness. See, one of the most amazing episodes in Vrindavan is his butter stealing episodes. And there are many crimes that Krishna commits in Vrindavan. Okay, what is the first crime? He steals butter. That is the first crime. But the second crime is bigger. He steals and then he lies. And when he's lying to his mother, butter is dripping from his mouth. It is not that, he's very clean and no, butter is dripping. Vikritu kaman kilagopa kanya murari padar pita chitta vritti dadyadikam mohavashadavochat govinda damodara madhaveti. The gopi is going with the butter pot and she wants to say, please take the butter, but she forgets to say, please take butter. She starts saying, Govinda, Damodara, Madhava. And Krishna is already stealing butter, first crime. Second is lying. And he says, Mother, I am innocent. And butter is dripping from his mouth. See, this was his first crime. Second was lying. Mother Yashoda was also concerned that if he eats too much butter, he may fall sick. But then there was a third crime which Krishna committed, which became very big concern for mother. First was what? Stealing. Second, lying. Third, see, if he's stealing it from his own home, it is okay. But he started stealing because it's manageable if you steal from your own house. But he started stealing from neighbors' houses. And Vrindavan is a small village. Everybody will know. Everybody will start talking. Krishna is stealing. Mother Yashoda is in anxiety. Everybody will now start talking that my Krishna is a thief. And he's stealing butter. His reputation will become that of a thief. So when his reputation is that he's a thief, and when Krishna becomes grown up, and his reputation is a thief, then nobody will want to give their daughter in marriage to my Krishna. This is one of mother's job description. Part of her job description is anxiety. So Mother Yashoda is always in anxiety. So this is the third crime. First is stealing, lying, then stealing from neighbors' houses. And fourth is blaming others. Krishna says, no, they stole the butter. One day, one gopi caught Krishna red-handed, and she said, I'll take you to Mother Yashoda and prove that I caught you. So when she was taking him, Krishna said, please cover my face, so that nobody sees me. So she covered his face with her sari. And then after some time, Krishna said, you are holding me very tight. I'll come on this side, you hold on the other hand. So when Krishna released and he was coming from this side, his friends had already made plan. Krishna went back, and that gopi's own son, they put front. So this gopi didn't realize she has covered her own son with her sari, and she's taking her own son to Mother Yashoda. And says, Mother Yashoda, see, your Krishna is always stealing. And she removes, and it's her own son. Mother Yashoda starts laughing. She says, you have caught your own son stealing. She says, no, it was your son. And meanwhile, Krishna he had gone back and he went from the other route. He went to his own house and he slept on the bed. And then when Mother Yashoda and this gopi are talking, Krishna gets up from his bed and rubs his eyes and comes outside and says, Mother, what is happening here? He pretends to be very innocent. And then the gopi says, he is here sleeping, but he was with me. And she starts going crazy. Then she takes her son out, and when she's going back, she's shouting to herself. She's talking loudly. What is this? What is happening? And as she's talking, immediately again Krishna comes back. This boy is slipped out from her grasp. Krishna comes and stands, and then she looks down. She sees her. She says, Krishna. She says, what did you do? Krishna tells her, this time you caught me, I became your son. Next time you catch me, I'll become your husband. So like that, Krishna performs pastimes. But there is fifth crime also. What is the first crime? Stealing. Second, lying. Third, neighbors' houses. Fourth, blaming others. And fifth crime is Krishna would use a fall guy. Fall guy means you would have somebody who would become the person who would be caught. And who was the person who always would get caught? Madhumangal. Madhumangal was a scapegoat because he was stout. He was a little slow in escaping. So when the gopis would catch Madhumangal instead of Krishna, and then you know what the gopis would say, all the Brajasis would say, Madhumangal was such a nice boy. But because of Krishna, he's got corrupted. You know, in material world, we say, if you are polluted, contaminated, you associate with Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, you'll get purified. In Vrindavan, different logic. You associate with Krishna, you become contaminated. So Madhumangal became corrupted because he is associating with Krishna. All the gopis are lamenting. And then they say, we'll punish Madhumangal. So Madhumangal shouts. He says, I am Brahmana. If you punish me, I will curse you. And Brahmana's curse will be very, very deadly. So they get scared. Because they're simple women. So they don't want to get cursed also. So they are saying, what to do now? So then Krishna comes there. He says, he is a Brahmana boy. If you don't want his curse, one very good solution is there. Feed him nice laddus. Feed him nice prasad. So they get all prasad for Madhumangal, and Madhumangal will not eat alone. All his friends also come. So Krishna and the friends, what they do, first of all, they are stealing and then they are having a feast. That's how Krishna, out of his wit and charm, robbers manage to have a great feast. That is Vrindavan. And then Krishna wants to go and herd the cows. His mother would not allow because Krishna has attracted so many demons, right? So many demons came to Vrindavan, so she is scared of protecting her child. And then sometimes Krishna would land in trouble. He would go to the trouble, like Nalkuver and Manigriv pastime. So she says, no way, he's not going anywhere to herd calves. But Krishna uses his child. You know, the children have this cleverness. So when Nanda Maharaj comes back, Krishna starts telling him in the evening. He starts asking questions on cows, calves, the profession of Vaishyas. So many intelligent questions. Nanda Maharaj becomes very impressed. Oh, our child wants to continue the family tradition. So he answers all the questions and he becomes very happy. And then in the end, Krishna says, can I go and herd the calves? And the Maharaj says, yes, this is the pride of our family. You should do this. And Mother Yashoda comes to know. She says, no. And then Krishna starts bargaining. He says, no, I will be with Balaram. Balaram. See, they trusted Balaram. They loved Krishna, but they didn't trust Krishna. So when Balaram assures, then Mother Yashoda allows. So like that. And when Krishna is going to the forest of Vrindavan to herd the cows, beautiful poignant descriptions is given in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Mother Yashoda goes with Krishna. She's not able to leave him. Krishna says, Mother, you please go. I will come back in the evening. But Mother Yashoda keeps looking at Krishna. And Krishna is gone with his friend. And Mother Yashoda shouts, Krishna! And Krishna comes running back. And she says, Krishna, you didn't take any fruits. So she gives him all fruits. And then Krishna goes. Then again she shouts, Krishna! And Krishna says, what? Now what? Let me go. She says, no, you didn't take pan. So she gives him pan. And then she keeps looking at Krishna. Krishna is gone. Then again she shouts. Krishna says, now what? Krishna, you're not dressed properly. Then she starts adjusting the dress properly. Then again Krishna is going. Again she says, Krishna. Mother Yashoda says, now what, mother? No, I'm not calling you. I'm calling Subal. Subal, you protect Krishna on the right side. Sridama, you be on his left side. Stoka, you be in the front. She instructs all the friends to protect Krishna. Then again they are going. Again she calls out, Krishna. Then Krishna comes running. He embraces his mother and he says, Mother, please go back. Do your household chores, your duties. I will come back in the evening. And Mother Yashoda stands there like a painted picture. She just tears coming from her eyes and she's bidding farewell to Krishna. And till the last grain of dust settles down, she's there looking at Krishna going to the forest. So like this, Krishna performs many, many sweet pastimes in Vrindavan. I would like, and we'll hear more katha, more understanding of Krishna consciousness from Nandadulal Prabhu now. But I just want to conclude with one very important thing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us the branding of Krishna consciousness that we are practicing, right? Yuga Dharma Pravartanu Nama Sankirtan Shari Bhave Bhakti Diya Nachamu Bhuvan. Mahaprabhu has given us the rasa, Dasya rasa, Sakya rasa, Vatsalya rasa, Madhurya. Relationship with Krishna. So what we have to do is, Mahaprabhu's mood is a mood of a beggar. Yasmin Satkarna Piyushe Yashas Tirtavare Sakrit Shrotanjali Rupasprisha Dunute Karma Vasanam. Mahaprabhu's mood is Shrotanjali. We should hear about Krishna, but in the Anjali Mudra. Anjali Mudra is like this, the beggar mood. We hear about Krishna in the mood of a beggar, receiving Krishna's grace. And we are insignificant. And as we take shelter of Krishna in this mood, then all of this will make sense. And Mahaprabhu has given us Krishna Katha, longing for Krishna. This longing for Krishna, Mahaprabhu has given us through the pastimes of Krishna, through the holy names of Krishna. He has asked us to chant. Vaktum samarto pinavakti kasched aho jananam vesana bimukhyam jive pibasvamritame tadeva govinda damodara madhavet. We all have the ability to chant, but we are not chanting. Vaktum samarto pinavakti kasched aho jananam. Alas, alas, what a tragedy. Oh my dear tongue, jive pibasvam, please drink this nectar. Please chant Krishna's holy names. So when we chant sincerely, then all auspicious blessings will come. Everything about Krishna consciousness will make sense. And all the longing in the heart will arise for Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, he had given a doll of Krishna to Saraswati. Saraswati was a small child. One day she lost that doll. Actually, Prabhupada had hidden it behind him. And Saraswati kept looking for Krishna's doll. Krishna, I should ask everyone, our parents, elders, have you seen Krishna? Krishna. And Prabhupada kept looking at Saraswati with intense gaze. And he told all the devotees, see, she's teaching us how to be longing for Krishna. Prabhupada kept looking and she kept asking everyone, where is my Krishna? Where is my Krishna? And finally, Malati Prabhu, she told her daughter Saraswati, Saraswati, who has Krishna here in this room? And then her intelligence lit up. She said, oh, Prabhupada. She came running. Prabhupada, give me Krishna. And then Srila Prabhupada removed the doll from behind and gave it. So Srila Prabhupada told us that we should long for Krishna like this. And we can long and improve our attachment to Krishna by chanting the holy names. In fact, in Vrindavan, holy names, everybody is chanting, including Krishna. Sometimes when he's caught, there is a very nice pastime. Once Krishna was caught by Mother Yashoda and he was bound to the wooden grinding mortar. So Bilamangal Thakur explains, Yashodaya gadamulukhalena gokanta pashena nibadhyamanam rurodamandam navanita bhoji govinda damodara madhaveti. Yashodaya gadam. See, love of Mother Yashoda is very gada, very intense. And she tied Krishna to the ukkal, to the grinding mortar. Yashodaya gadamulukkalena gokanta pashena nibadhyamanam. Krishna was thus prohibited from going out, from stealing. That time, what did Krishna do? Krishna started crying. Rurodamandam. He started crying and breathing heavily. And how was Krishna crying? And what was he saying when he was crying? Rurodamandam navanita bhoji. Krishna was saying what? Govinda damodara madhave. Everybody is chanting Govinda damodara madhava. So Krishna is crying Govinda. Like in ISKCON we say Haribol all the time. I think in ISKCON Haribol is common. You get a job, you say, Prabhuji, I got a job, Haribol. You lost your job, Prabhuji, Haribol ho gaya job ka. You get married, we make you stand here and we say, Haribol. And sometimes, they go through painful divorce, somebody goes to, they say, Prabhuji, marriage, Haribol. Job, any auspicious things, inauspicious, anything happens, we say Haribol. ISKCON. Similarly, in Vrindavan, every time, for all occasions, Govinda, Damodara, Madhava. And that's what Krishna is doing. Rurodamandam Navanita Bhoji. You can repeat after me. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. 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 Once after a class, one devotee told me that, Prabhuji, these Sanskrit verses I cannot memorize, but I love these verses. So I told that devotee that you take the meaning and you invest your emotions in the meaning. You don't have to memorize the verses. We can enter Vrindavan when we understand the meaning of these verses. And I remember after saying this was in Vrindavan, after saying this we went to Radha Gopijan Vallabh temple, Radha Vallabh temple. And there we were taking darshan. One elderly Brajasi lady came and she sat next to me. And she sang the same Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, but in a Brajavasi, in Hindi, the lyrics were all, and I couldn't, just one stanza I caught. And I'll just chant that. Prananta kale tum samne ho, bamsi bajate man ko lubhate. Bhulu na tumko gaun mein hardam, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. 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 So Sri Krishna Janmashtami festival is an opportunity for us to express our profuse gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. Because Srila Prabhupada has come to give us Krishna, unadulterated, pure Shuddha Ghee Kamal, There is one lecture of Srila Prabhupada, July 5, 1971, which is my favorite. It's Los Angeles lecture, 15-minute class. Just learn to love Krishna. In that class, at least 5 to 10 times Prabhupada says, Krishna is so nice, Krishna is so kind. He keeps imploring the audience that just somehow remember Krishna, connect with Krishna. So as an expression of our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada, who is specially sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give us this most precious gift of Krishna consciousness, let us remember Krishna, let us chant Krishna's holy names, and let us make our heart a fertile place for love of Krishna to manifest. So with this, I request all the devotees here to also please pray for me. It's easy to speak, but we all need blessings. Sri Krishna Janmashtami Mahamotsav ki jai. Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Bolo Nandanandana Sham Sundar ki jai. Bolo Mor Mukut Bamsi Wale ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.